Hey, what's up you guys? It's Zach with PCBros, and today I am going to teach you all about game settings and how to choose the right settings for your PC. So there's a lot to go over, so let's get right into it, shall we? So step one, we need to first figure out what our CPU and GPU is. You might know this right off the bat just because you just bought the PC or you're an enthusiast, but for whatever reason you do not know what CPU or specs that you have, you can go down to the search bar on Windows and type in Task Manager and then go down right here. This will show you your CPU and your GPU, your RAM, and all of this is good info. I would write this down if you don't know it. We are going to now find out what resolution you're running at. So if you have a really nice computer with a really nice monitor, you want to make sure you're utilizing all of that you paid for. So you are going to go back to the search and type in display settings. Now I have an ultra wide monitor. I have just set it to 1080p so I can record this. Right here, display resolution, you want to make sure this is maxed out to whatever you're paying for basically, unless you have a cheaper PC or specs can't handle it. Then you just have way better of a monitor than you need for your PC. But for most games, what you want to play in is either 1920 by 1080 or the 2560 by 1440. That is the two popular resolutions that have the best performance for PC gaming. The next thing, we are going to go down to advanced display options and then your refresh rate. This should always be the highest that it'll allow you to go because you are paying for that. 144 is the max on this monitor. If you're only 60, that's fine. If you have more of a budget, just make sure it is the highest one that you can possibly go. And now that you know your specs and your monitor specs, now when we go into games, we can use that info and make sure we have the right settings for our specs so we're not overdoing it or underdoing it, and we're getting the best performance that we're paying for. So these specs on this PC are pretty low end. We have a low end CPU, low end GPU. I'm going to show two different games here, one that's more CPU demanding and one that's more GPU demanding, and show what settings I will do on a budget PC like this, but I will show you different options if you have a higher end PC or a mid-range PC. Let's start off with Fortnite, a super popular game that is very CPU intensive. So if you have a weaker CPU than your GPU or a slight bottleneck, you'll really feel it in this game. I would consider this PC I'm playing on low end. We do have a pretty decent budget GPU, the 1660 Super. We will still be tweaking settings a little bit. I have this in windowed mode just because this monitor is a little bit weird, so I'm going to be showing you in that, but make sure you are not in windowed when you play games for the best performance. So I'm going to go through each of these settings here to the best of my ability and explain kind of which ones are the most important that you need to look out for. If you have a PC on this lower end, which I'll have a price range here so you can kind of gauge if this section fits you or not. With a budget PC like this, settings are going to be very important to make sure the games are enjoyable. We might not be cranking up and getting the highest quality, but we want to make sure we're getting a playable experience that still looks as good as we possibly can. And luckily, Fortnite has some pretty good settings that we can choose from here. So you want to make sure this is not windowed, this is full screen, which I'm just going to keep mine windowed here for the video. And you want to make sure this says at least 1920 by 1080, which is not going to show here because I am windowed. If you are in this budget section, you are not going to be playing in 1440p. So we want to make sure it says 1920 by 1080. Now VSync, we want to make sure it is on unless we're doing benchmarks. If you notice on the PCBros benchmarks, we turn VSync off because we're trying to get the max amount of frames that we can show on MSI Afterburner. But the problem with that is we get screen tearing, which looks really ugly. So if you are playing on a budget PC, just know to turn this on without having to worry about much more details on that. Now, we don't really need to worry about getting super high frame rates on a PC like this. If you have a super high refresh rate monitor, we probably won't be getting that high enough frames for that to even matter. So just make sure we set this to 60 or 120, depending on how budget your PC actually is. Now, this rendering mode will change your performance drastically. Your PC is ultra budget, even more budget GPU than that. We might have to go to performance mode, which will really change the look of the graphics of the game, but will make it run. If you're really struggling with this game even running, I would turn it on performance mode for sure. Now I'm going to skip over brightness and colorblind and motion blur and all that. That's all going to be preference if you like that or not. Now, a quality preset is super helpful if you don't want to mess with or tweak settings that much and just get an overall good preset. If you are a budget PC, we're going to be in the low and medium. Medium's probably the highest we'd want to tweak to. I would set it to medium first, and if it lags, go down to low. And if you are the mid-range or the high end, then we can talk about high and epic settings. But right now, I would start with medium, run your game. If it lags, go down to low. And then we're going to go down to 3D resolution here. This is the actual percentage that will actually determine the resolution of the objects that are rendered in the game. So we're going to turn this down to about like 60 or 65%. This is one that you also might need to tweak depending on how budget your PC actually is. If you are on low, you'll see that it dropped down to 85. This will be affected by the preset that you actually chose. And for a budget PC, we won't even really need to worry about anti-aliasing. This is just something that smooths like edges and sharp pixels. So if super budget PCs, we don't even need to worry about that. And all of this fun stuff, I like to just turn off on budget PCs and keep textures to low. And once you have all of these settings, click apply and then run the game. See how you feel with those settings. If you need to go down even more, you can. Don't forget that this game is going to be very CPU dependent. Let me show you some examples of some very budget benchmarks that we did with Fortnite and show you the settings that we use for those. I'll have them right here, and then you can kind of use that as a template on really budget PCs.
Okay, how about some Fortnite? So we're playing Fortnite right now. We're currently at full screen 1920 by 1080. We have a max FPS limit of 165, which can help eliminate some stutters. We're basically running just low settings with epic view distance, so what a lot of people would call pro settings. Now this is my first drop. Fortnite is a game that after the first drop, typically it gets smoother, but you'll notice once we land, the game will smooth out, but we're gonna get probably some pretty hard lag spikes here for the first like minute or two. And then as you play, more games of Fortnite, this is just how it always goes on anything we benchmark. And this is obviously kind of more what this PC would be geared towards. We did not disable any of like the high-res textures. That is something you can do to get even more FPS, but I'd rather just run the game all stock because I know a lot of the people that buy this PC will probably do that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are playing some new Warzone. So this is Warzone on Black Ops 6 with the Omni movement and of course some of the new graphical settings imported in. And we're currently running 1080p. We got the max FOV and we're going to be doing balanced with NVIDIA DLSS set to performance. Once again, you can turn DLSS off if it bothers you getting the ever so slight latency, but we're talking like barely milliseconds. So I personally play with DLSS on. So on drop, we're getting close to 60 FPS, pretty well maintained. Definitely not perfect, but yeah, the fact that we're able to play it and even get 60 FPS, like it's a playable experience. I wouldn't say that it's competitive ready or anything, but most people buying a PC for this price probably aren't going to expect that anyways.
So now we are going to be talking about a more mid-range PC. Now this is a super broad term, so make sure you do know your specs and I can kind of guide you through depending if you're on the lower end of the mid-range or the higher end of the mid-range and what your specs can be. I'm gonna, to the best of my ability, try to guide that whole section into what settings to choose with some examples of benchmarks that I've done in the past. It's always good, I think personally, to have performance over looks. So if your game's running smoothly and you're enjoying it, then that is the main goal here.
All right, guys, so to kick off the benchmarks, we got a pretty demanding title. So this is Sons of the Forest, and we're currently running pretty much max settings. I'm doing 1080p for this test, and we're on ultra settings with FSR 3.0 set to balanced. Here's some of the other settings you guys can see. Very demanding title, very pretty looking game though, I will say. Even though we got these really nice environmental details, really good looking rain, getting over 100 FPS. I've told people this before and I'll keep saying it until it doesn't work anymore, but the 7600-7600 combo is one of the best combos out there. And as you guys can see, we're able to get, 100 plus FPS at 1080p even on these AAAs. I did go ahead and enable XMP, go ahead and make sure it's stable. That is something that I often tell people, if it's not stable, just don't use it. It's not a big big deal, you know, just because you're not getting 6,000 megahertz or whatever your RAM's rated for, it really doesn't change performance much in most games. You're talking maybe a few FPS. It looks like the 6,000 megahertz so far is stable, so that's what we're running. I adjusted the fan curves as well, so the build is running nice and good. The only real complaint so far I have is the 7600, this one. I got a little bit of coil whine when we get into higher FPS, but it's hardly noticeable, and it happens. It can happen on the lowest end of cards, it can happen on 4090s and 7900 XTXs. We've had it happen on all of them.
And finally, we are going to be talking about the high-end PCs. Honestly, the privilege of having a super high-end PC, not only do you get an awesome PC that can pretty much run anything, is you don't really need to worry about settings that much because you can just go in there and max everything out without worrying about it. A high-end PC is still a little broad, so I'm going to show you some examples of high-end benchmarks that I've done and kind of the settings that I looked at for here, because this is really going to depend on a couple things, what resolution that you have, if you want to use upscaling. Honestly, the high-end PCs are the easiest to benchmark and do settings on. Just max it out and have a good time, really. In Warzone, we are rocking ultra settings, DLSS off, and basically everything else pretty high. This is not as fully cranked up as you could be, but we're going for a mixture between good looking settings and performance. But you can see we're really maxing out that GPU. It's taking pretty much most of the load here. Fortnite, rocking 1440p, and I pretty much just cranked everything up to epic. We're gonna see how the CPU handles this and what kind of frames we can get if we're just cranking up the settings. So when we land and get everything loaded in, it'll be a little bit better. Whoa, it does look good though. I usually don't get to play Fortnite with this high of settings. We've landed, loaded some things in. We are rocking a little bit higher than 60 frames now. And as you'd expect, the 4070 Ti Super is really doing some work here. I mean, for the most part, this is playable, but I think for a more competitive aspect, you want to turn the settings down just a little bit and still be able to look really good. But this is definitely not the most optimized settings, but it looks really good. So yeah, you'll know you'll have a good time cranking up those settings, even if they're not perfectly optimized, because I mean, you got a beast of a PC. All right, y'all, thank you all so much for watching this video. Hopefully this helped you, at least guide you in the right direction to choose settings when you are playing your PC games next. But let me know down in the comments below, what is the settings that you like to choose on your gaming PC. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.